Hello and welcome to this inner movement series. In this video, you can follow along as we release the psoas muscles. The psoas major or mighty psoas is the most important skeletal muscle in the human body. It connects the upper and lower extremities, and together these muscles that you see in the illustration make up the iliopsoas, which are a keystone to help maintain proper lumbar posture and stability in the hip joints. We spend a lot of time sitting, which can negatively affect these muscles, and another muscle group, the gluteus muscles, responsible for hip extension and stability. The integral psoas and these muscles are the ones we are going to be focusing on today, with the use of a high density foam peanut. If you don't have a high density foam peanut, you can place 2 tennis balls inside a sock and just securely fasten that sock. With the use of this high density foam peanut, we can release the muscles and surrounding muscles, working on strengthening and bringing balance and alignment back into this area of the body. And we're going to be releasing the diaphragm as well as bringing our breathing into it, because breathing is going to be our guide and fascia is going to be our pathway. So let's start in standing, and you're going to bring your foot into the center of your peanut. So the lateral side of the foot into the center, and the arch of the foot is going to be over the inside of the peanut. And with a little bit of a seesaw motion, just rocking the toes and the heel forward and back, you're going to massage and release part of the deep core line, and the psoas muscles are part of that deep core line. And the psoas and the diaphragm are attached. So we want to bring breathing into it. Nice, slow, steady breath in through the nose. And exhale. And I'll cue you along as we go with that breathing. Let's repeat this to the other side. So position the peanut into the arch of the foot and try and stand right over the peanut, so you can put as much weight into the peanut as possible, getting a little bit deeper into the release. But if it is sensitive, then you'll start off and progress. You're getting a little bit deeper into that release. From here, put the peanut to the side and just standing lengthways on your mat. Relax your shoulders, look up, breathe in, and as you exhale, chin to the chest. Think about opening each of the vertebrae in the spine as you roll down and just bounce there. Just with your breathing in this position, we want to create a little bit of movement. So breathe in through the nose. As you breathe in, your diaphragm contracts and flattens. This will move it downwards and increase the space in your chest cavity, allowing your lungs to expand and fill with air. You should feel movement in the lower back as the diaphragm extends down, and then exhale. Breathe in. So you're slightly lifting up, and then exhale. Walk your hands and knees down onto the mat. And we're going to work up one side of the body, and then we're going to go onto the other side of the body. So take your high density foam peanut, bring it onto your hip flexor. So your hip flexor is attached to that deep psoas muscle. There is a connection there, and that is a muscle that's responsible for lifting that leg. So it's in that walking and running activity that we need these muscles. So bring the peanut perpendicular to the leg, and it's just below the hip bone. And now you're going to curl your toes under, and you're going to massage the peanut up and down the front of the leg. If you want to, you can go into a gecko position. So you're going to take the other leg, bring it up in line with the hip, and just massage into the area, that iliopsoas. And once you've finished here, we're now going to position the peanut parallel to the spine. So now I'm going to position the peanut above the hip bone, between the belly button, so inside the hip bone and a little bit lower down than the belly button. So that is your position. You can keep your legs extended, and we're just going to focus on breathing into the peanut. So a slow, steady inhalation for 4 counts. And exhale. Try exhale for a little bit longer and feel the hollow where the peanut is. Continue breathing in and exhaling. Try exhale for a little bit longer. And one more, breathing in. And exhale. We're now going to reposition the peanut underneath those pectoral muscles. So underneath the pectoral muscles, and you play around with the position until you're feeling the area that you need the most release. So you can angle the peanut and rest your forehead on your other hand. I'm making a fist with my hand, and I'm going to start with my palm facing up, arm next to the body, circle the arm up, and then exhale. Bring the arm down. If you're not feeling much, move the peanut around until you're feeling that release in the pectoral muscles. Breathe in and exhale. And breathe in and exhale. Bring your arm halfway, and just with the rocking motion, you're going to roll the peanut towards the sternum and then up towards the thumb. So it's a small motion. Reposition the peanut if you're not feeling much, and the thumb is pointing down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to work a little bit around the rotator cuff area. So there's a muscle here that we want to release, and you need to lie on your side now and rest your ear on your arm. You can rest that hand on your other ear, and we're going to massage that peanut up and down. Depending on how sensitive this area is, you either lift the elbow or release it onto the mat. Rock yourself forward and back, and you can move up and down. Continue. And just rock forward and back, up and down. If it's very sensitive, keep the elbow on the mat and just work on your breathing, because even the breath will help release that area. The diaphragm is attached to those intercostal muscles which run right up into the shoulder area and create attachments up into the shoulder. We're now going to continue the release along the other side of the body. So bring the peanut underneath the hip flexor which is below that hip bone. Curl the toes under. If you'd like to come into a gecko position with the other leg, do that. And you're going to maneuver that peanut up and down, releasing the iliopsoas muscle, which is attached to that psoas deep within the core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reposition the peanut. It's now parallel to the spine, inside the hip bone, and next to the belly button. Resting onto your hands, you're going to relax into that position and try to relax the upper body as much as possible. So you focus on breathing into your diaphragm and releasing that psoas muscle and those attachments there. Breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Focus on a longer exhalation. Feel the peanut getting deeper into that release. The psoas is a very deep muscle. We need to get deeper into the core to release it. And the diaphragm and the fascia are going to lead us there. Finish off with one more, breathing in and exhaling. Moving that peanut up onto the pectoral muscles. Resting your forehead on your hand. Breathe in. Exhale. Hold the arm up to the diagonal, position the peanut, reposition the peanut if you need to, and massage up and down to that diagonal, releasing these muscles a little bit more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lying on the side, you're going to bring the peanut onto your shoulder blade. So try to take it slightly back so you're on that muscle, part of the rotator cuff, and rock backwards and forwards. You can lift that elbow up off the mat and hold onto the wrist with your other hand, and we'll massage up and down. Open up into that release. Continue with this release. We're now going to take the peanut onto the occiput ridge at the base of the skull. So you're going to rotate around onto your back and position the peanut in line with your earlobes. Hold onto the peanut, otherwise it does have a tendency to slide down the neck. And you're going to shear your head from side to side. So the occiput ridge is maintaining contact with the peanut, and you're sliding the peanut from one ear over to the other. From there, rock yourself to a seated position. We're now going to position the peanut onto either side of the spine, onto the muscles that retract the shoulder blades. So this is quite a sensitive area. If it is too sensitive for you, you can use a foam roller and just open up over the foam roller. Breathe in here. Open yourself up, peanut rolls up, and as you exhale, you're pushing down here. So watch, each of my movements is going to start from the lower back. So I'm coming into that arch, opening up, and the peanuts rolling up. As I exhale, pushing from the tailbone, and the lower back is coming into the mat, and the peanut should roll down. Let's breathe in and exhale. So if you find you're not getting enough movement from the peanut, position it a little bit higher or possibly lower if you need to. Breathe in and exhale. We're doing 4 more. Breathing in and exhale. And exhale. Try focus on your breathing to help ease you into the movements. Finish off with 1 more. And exhale. Hug the knees and rock to a seated position. Now take the peanut and we're going to bring it parallel to the spine but slightly lower down so it's under the tailbone. And we're going to rock the peanut from side to side. So giving those gluteus muscles, those buttocks, a good release. If you find you have tension, bounce your knee down. Keep the peanut on one spot. Another option is to drop down onto the elbow and work right around that area. These are the biggest this is the biggest muscle group in the body. So pay some attention to it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do the same thing to the other side. So sitting on that peanut, and we're going to massage from side to side. Bounce the knee down. Find that sweet spot and give it a good release. Rock onto the elbow. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just put the peanut to the side and lying in a supine position, bring your hands onto your hips. And in this position, focusing on the breathing, slow, steady breath in through the nose. You're going to exhale for as long as you can. And I want you to feel the belly button suctioning down into the mat. We're keeping the spine in a neutral position. Breathe in and exhale. So focus more on your exhalation, coming into a concentric contraction. You should feel the rib cage dropping down, and also a lot happening around the hips, the pelvis area there. Breathe in and exhale. Keep exhaling. Now take your peanut and you're going to bring it in line with the hip bone, so it's now perpendicular to the spine on either side of the spine. And we're going to bring our arching and tucking into it. So breathing into arch, you're dropping the tailbone onto the mat, up and over the peanut. Now exhale. Push the lower back into the peanut and feel the glute muscles that we've released engaging into that tuck position. So essentially you bring the hip bones closer to the rib cage. Breathe in, up and over the peanut, and exhale. Breathing in. As you breathe in, up and reach up and over the peanuts with the tailbone, the chin should be dropping down. And as you exhale, getting movement into that spine, the chin should be lifting up. All central muscles should be in harmony with each other, and a neutral spine promotes stability, reducing stress, but regular movement helps maintain and improve the spine's flexibility, preventing injuries. If this is too easy for you, want to get a little bit deeper into that release, you can lift the feet off the mat, but make sure you stay in that tuck position so you're supporting the lower back. Drop the feet. Once the feet are down, then you can breathe in again, up and over the peanut, and exhale. Pushing in there, only if you're not taking any strain, lift the feet and get a little bit deeper into that contraction. Finish off with one more. And exhale. Notice how long I'm taking to exhale, only once I've finished getting into that tuck position, then I lift my feet off and release the feet. Okay, let's add one more. Breathing in and pushing into the peanut. Exhale and bounce there. Release, you're still exhaling, and then coming into a neutral spine, you can release the peanut. We're going to continue moving into that arch and tuck, and now we're going to bring some thrust into it. So you can keep your arms next to your body and breathe into your arch position. Opening up, chin is dropping, you're creating space, so you want to breathe into the space you're creating. As you exhale, push into that tuck position, hips come up to the rib cage. So now your glute muscles are engaged. You're going to breathe in and thrust them up to the ceiling. So we're lengthening over the front line of the body, which is a lovely stretch for the psoas and into these hip flexor muscles there. And these glutes and these muscles are engaging here. Lower down as you exhale. Exhale, keep exhaling. Now from that tailbone, you're breathing into your arch. Then your chin will drop as you open up across the front of the body. Then you're coming into that exhalation. From the tailbone, you exhale. Moving up the spine, the chin will lift. We're now ready, the glutes are engaged. We're going to breathe in and thrust up. Hold it up there and breathe into that lower back, into the glutes. Feel the strength as you hold that position. Exhale. Lower down onto the mat. Continue breathing in. When we move into this thrust position, the primary muscles that are engaged in this position are your glutes and your back muscles. The psoas major is also involved, particularly because it stabilizes the pelvic area and lifts the hips off the mat. Breathing in. Take it up. And exhale. Two to go. Hold it up. Any tension in the neck, nod your head from side to side. If your feet are cramping, it may be because you're taking tension in the neck, so rock the neck. Otherwise, you're not engaging your diaphragm, so focus more on your breathing. Exhale and lower yourself down onto the mat. Extend the legs out. Reach the arms next to the ears. Have a nice big yawn and stretch everything out. Let's bend one leg. So I'm going to start on my left side. Bend the right knee, the foot is flat. Bring the left knee to the chest and just bounce the knee into the chest. Extend that left leg up to the ceiling. And just start with a small little rotation there. The lower back is now pushing into the mat. So you want to support it, so push it into the mat. Continue with your breathing. If you can, if you're taking strain in the lower back, I want you to continue with this small circular motion. And the psoas muscle is stabilizing us. If you are not taking any strain here, extend your right leg, and we're now going to start making that movement bigger. I want you to do 4 in one direction and work on a nice slow movement rather than making it too fast. Try focus on making that circle bigger rather than faster. Finish off with 1 more. If you're working in smaller circles, you'll do 8. And now you change direction. 2, 3, and 4. Hold it up there, then bend the knee and bounce that knee to the chest. Lengthen the leg out. Again, have a nice big stretch, lengthening everything out. Bring the arms back next to the sides. Small range of movement, bend the left knee, extend the right leg, and make the movement small. If you can make the movement bigger, extend your left leg and circle that right leg up and around. For 2. And 3. And 4. Try open up to each side as much as you can. Open up and circle. For 2 and 3 and 4. Come back up to the center. Hug the knee into the chest. And just rock that knee across the body. From this position, rotate around onto your front. I'm going to give you 3 options. You're either going to take your elbows underneath your shoulders. If you're taking any strain in the lower back, this is your option. Spread your fingers out and rest your hands on the mat. You're going to hug the spine with the shoulder blades. And here we're going to exhale. As you breathe in, I want you to look over one shoulder and look over the other shoulder. Then exhale. Breathe in, side to side, and exhale. That's your first option. Your second option, if you can take it a little bit further, make sure your glutes are engaged to support the lower back. You're pushing up, nod side to side, and release. Here we go. Breathing in and exhale. Your third option, bring your hands behind your head. Again, the glutes are engaged. Your range of movement is going to be smaller. We're going to breathe in, nod side to side, and exhale. Breathe in and side to side. So it's not a big range of motion, and exhale. Breathe in. Find your option and continue moving. Breathing in and side to side and exhale. Another 4 to go. Breathing in and 3 and exhale. So it's butt, blades, breath, and eyeballs. You're nodding your head. Eyeballs are moving from side to side. Breathe in for 2 more and exhale. For your last one and exhale. Okay, bring your hands under your shoulders and we're going to push back into child's pose. Rest your forehead on the mat, and in this position you're just breathing in and exhaling. Feel the rib cage expanding into the thighs. On your next inhalation, slide the fingers to the knees and uncurl through the spine. Just circle the shoulders up and back. Let's get a little bit of movement into the upper body and get that heart rate up a little bit. If you're not comfortable on the knees, come into a standing position. Bring the arms next to the body, bend the elbows, and in this position, we're now going to run the arms. So you're going to add that rotation into the upper body, and we're going to work nice and quickly. This should help loosen up in the lower back. Get that heart rate up. Keep going. Are you breathing? Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, and shake it out. Onto your hands and knees. We're now going to combine 4 movements with some bounces. So in a short plank position, you're going to curl the toes under and you're going to lift the knees up off the mat. We're going to bounce here for 1 and 2. From there, you're going to take your tailbone back and bounce for 2. From there, you're going to push up into a pyramid or down dog position and you're going to bounce your chest back to your thighs for 2. Now we're going into a down dog push-up and we're going to bounce there for 2. Repeat the entire sequence. Bounce and pull back. Down dog, chest to thighs, push up for 2. Repeat. 1, 2, back, 2. Down dog, push up. Short plank, tailbone back. Down dog, push up. 4. Take it back. Down dog, push up. Short plank, back. Let's do 3 more. Two more. Last one. And return to the hands and knees. Coming up onto the knees, take 1 foot forward into a lunge position. This is a little bit of a combination again, getting that heart rate up. We're coming off the back knee into a lunge. Take the arms next to the ears. Coming up, we're lifting the knee, bring the elbows next to the waist, and push back into your lunge position. We're going to open up here, back, forward. You're going to come into a warrior pose. So you're going to rotate the back leg and circle that arm. Then lengthen into this stretch. Reach up and over. Back into warrior. Circle that back arm as you come into your lunge position. Take the arms up, knee up, arms next to the waist. Extend back, open up, forward, rotate, and stretch out. Let's continue. Up and over. Lift and open. Lunge, warrior, circle, open up, take it forward, bring the knee up now, and open. Finish off with one more. As you bring the knee up, let's go over to the other side. Okay, from there, extend the arms. Let's open up, take it forward, knee comes up, rotate. Three, last one. Step up and release. Just give the hips a little bit of a wiggle, and we've got one more to finish off with. Taking your foot up against the wall. Two options here. The foot is either right at the base of the wall. This foot is in front, or you can bring that foot up to challenge yourself a little bit more. Bring the elbows next to the body. So we want the movement like we did when we were in that running stance. We want the elbows to just work at the sides, but the movement to come from the torso. So let's move into a rotation from one side, push into that foot, back to the center, and rotate to the other side. You'll find your rotation is a little bit more limited to that side, but nevertheless, rotate as much as you can and release. Don't stop breathing. A nice slow steady breath into these rotations. Another 4 and 3. 2 more. And push off the wall. Wheel the hips again. You should feel the glutes working to stabilize you. And let's do the same thing with the other side. I'm going to push, bend well into the knees and push into the wall. Here we go, rotating, breathing in and exhale. That's halfway. Let's do another 4. Two more. And your last one. And shake everything out. Give it a little wiggle. And let's lower down onto the mat just for one last stretch and release. Breathe in. Exhale. Roll down. And walk forward into your plank position. Rest your forehead on your hands and just wiggle the hips from side to side. Okay, taking the arms out to the side. Pushing into your front hand. You're going to lift that leg up and you're going to just rock backwards and forwards there. Feeling the glutes engaging and just rocking there into that stretch. Let's lower onto the mat. Do the same thing on the other side and you can bounce. Bounce for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Head to the other side and bounce. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just finish off with one more. Coming back to center. Forehead on the hands and just wiggle the hips again. Movement up the spine. Between the shoulder blades into the neck, giving it a good stretch. Hands under the shoulders, push back up and stretch into your child's pose. Breathing in and uncurl. Well done, and thank you for joining me. If you found this content useful, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with anyone you know that is suffering with backache. Any comments and feedback, please fill them into the comments section below. And remember, movement is key. If you don't use it, well, you lose it.